How do taxes really work? So, primero que todo, you have to understand that taxes is a very broad term since you have the different federal and state type of taxes. Federal taxes are paid to the US government as a country, so you can pretty much think about it as like you're paying the president. Por otro lado, you can think of state taxes like you're paying your state senators and representatives, since you're pretty much paying it to the state. The most common type of federal as well as state taxes son los siguientes. Income taxes. This refers to the percentage of your salary or earnings that you're required to pay to the government. Income taxes are un chingo, honestly, since there are federal as well as state taxes. Also, the actual percentage of taxes that you pay depends on your income level. So the more you make, the more you pay. Sales taxes. This little cabron is the one hiding at the end of your restaurant and shopping receipts. When you purchase almost any item, your state government slaps an extra 7 to 10% on that price. Property taxes. Only affects homeowners, but it is good to mention since many people forget to consider when budgeting para comprar su casita. Usually, a yearly fee of around 1% of your home's price goes directly to your county's pockets, which helps keep your local government running. Also, just to clarify, federal taxes are the same for everyone. Bueno, eso siempre y cuando you have the same level of income, of course. These tax brackets range from 10 to 37%. However, state taxes vary by state. For example, Florida doesn't charge any state taxes, while California has the highest state income tax at 13.30%. Another good point to clarify is that not every single dollar of your federal taxes gets charged the same. Why is this? Well, our system is a system called a marginal tax system, which means that only charges you the extra higher bracket on the difference from the amount of the last bracket. I know, a little confusing, so let me put it into an example.
Digamos que you're making $15,000 and there are two tax brackets. One from $0 to $10,000 taxed at 10%, and the next bracket up from $10,001 to $20,000 taxed at 20%. If you were thinking you had to pay 20% on your full $15,000 salary, lo cual es igual a $3,000, pues you're luckily incorrect. In a marginal tax system, your first $10,000 will get taxed at 10% from the first bracket, o sea, un total de $1,000, and you would get taxed the higher bracket only on the difference from the last amount, which would equal to $5,000. These $5,000 would get taxed at 20%, giving you an extra $1,000 of taxes owed, which brings your total bill to $2,000 owed in a marginal tax system versus $3,000 on a simple rate methodology.
P.S. Un pequeño chismecito financiero. The US government has been running at a deficit, aka se gasta más dinero de lo que ganan, since freaking 1970. Solo hubieron 4 años where the government actually stayed in their financial lane, between 1998 to 2001. Pero after that, they were back on their overspending ways. Sheesh. Individual versus business taxes. The main difference here is that as an individual, you get your taxes automatically deducted by your employer, while as a business, pues tienes que ser responsable y deducirlos de tu propio lado, and make sure that you have this money ready to go so you can pay your quarterly taxes every 3 months. Income level. I think this one is pretty obvious one. The more money you make, the more taxes you have to pay. No way around it. Deductions. People love them, me included. These are a legal way of lowering your taxable income so you owe less money in taxes to the government. Some of these deductions that you can take advantage of are giving money to charities, depreciating your car or other assets based on how much you use it for your business, sending your kids to college, having a home, taking a loan and being able to deduct the interest rate, and having X amount of kids. I don't know exactly how many because I don't have kids, but you get what I'm saying. There are a lot of protections that can help you lower how much money you owe in taxes, and if you don't need to pay more than you have to, then don't. Tax credits. There are certain behaviors and actions that the government incentivizes by giving tax credits in return. Some of these can include things like putting solar panels in your home, investing in certain areas, etc. All these actions dan créditos tributarios que te ayudan a bajar lo que debes en taxes al final de año. Legal entity. Another big important factor that decides how you get taxed and how much you get taxed is the legal structure of your business. So if you decide to do a sole proprietorship, an LLC, a corporation, all of these will decide exactly how much of the income is your business versus your personal, and this ultimately will determine how much tax you have to pay on each. On a last note, hay un par de cosas importantes about taxes that we have to remind you about, fam. 1. If you're an employee, you gotta file taxes before April 15th. Keyword before, aka no lo dejes pa mañana, wey.
If you're a business, it's highly suggested that you pay quarterly taxes, pues para que no se gasten toda la lana. But worst case scenario, if you don't pay quarterly, you at least still need to file before April 15th. La mera neta, it's crucial that you always file your taxes, even if you can't pay them right away. Not filing is a crime, so yeah, pretty serious shit. But on the other hand, not being able to pay is honestly not as bad, since, they have payment plan options available. Max the F up on your 401ks and IRAs. These are retirement accounts. If you don't know about them, we'll go more in detail in another video. Cuando ahorras for your retirement, it has a double benefit. 1, it lowers your taxable income, which means less money that you have to pay in taxes, yay. And 2, it helps you have a financial cushion for future you, which I'm sure future you te lo agradecería. Pues that's our 2 cents on an introduction in taxes and more or less how they work. Hope that this information was useful y gracias por su tiempo, fam. Much love.